I'm really excited though. I've been doing a little bit of some reading over holiday break. I read a book by Kate Bornstein called Gender Outlaw.
Yeah.
And so when did you decide to identify as trans? Like what's the coming out story and for what reason?
It was quite a long process. Sometimes people think that you just wake up one day, hey, I've got this great idea, and you're gonna transition. And it was actually a few years developing. Think of transitioning as sort of a point A to point B, and I kind of look at it as a pendulum. There's all sorts of ways of being testosterone for 3 years now. Was this 4 years. In March will be 4 years. I recently had chest surgery in November, thanks to my mom.
You talked about how you felt when you first went testosterone, but with the chest surgery, what was that like?
Oh, that was almost a cakewalk after all the other transitions.
Okay.
I guess my concerns there were medical.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that the surgeon doing the surgery knew what he was doing. So there are no mess-ups here. I was sort of solicited into being part of the aftercare and doing the medical aftercare procedures, and I'm pretty squeamish, and it was more, there were drainage tubes that had to be emptied several times a day, and they collected blood and other liquid outputs, and I had to psych myself up for that. I didn't have any stitches, but I felt like I was the patient and needed some drugs to get through this myself.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it was a procedure that was less invasive. I'm pleased with the outcome. I've talked to the surgeon since the surgery. I would highly recommend him to someone who is looking for a good surgeon. And the staff at the surgical center, this was sort of run-of-the-mill. They see this once or twice a week, this type of surgery, so it wasn't, the whispering and giggling, snickering. This is just, par for the course, just another surgery. So that was refreshing for me.
Yeah.
It took a lot of pressure off me to try to explain.
I'd say the majority of my friends were supportive initially, hesitant, concerned for obvious reasons, health, concern for my physical safety, concerns. I know my mom had concerns right before I started taking testosterone about, obviously I'm black, so becoming a black male, in American society, they're viewed a lot differently than, a white male, a white female, a black female. I'm trying to think. I don't recall ever having like a negative, negative comments or negative experience or anything like that. I know the biggest, most troubling issue is what to do with this person who was me at some point. There's sort of that loss, of a daughter. So you sort of carry around this baggage of, how do I identify who I used to be, and get the two characters, if you will, to correlate, to mesh up again. So trying to help, my mom and my grandmother, people that are very important in my life, trying to help them sort of go through a grieving process while still asserting my identity now, as a male.
One thing that I find really hard to change is the pronoun. So from she, her to he, him, very hard, very hard. So what I do instead is just to go back to the first person, Corey, using the name Corey instead of him or he, because I have to stop and edit.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's I still haven't gotten that down yet, and it's been many moons, and I still mess up with the pronoun. And I understand that's something that parents do a lot of, just because we've always spoken of she, her, and now it's he, him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's hard. Yeah, that's hard. But golly, if that's
better. Yeah, that's
the
worst it's going to be.
Yeah, if that's the hardest it is. Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah. Process that you have to go through.
A big concern was, how am I, as a parent, going to tell my friends that Michelle is now Corey? And what are they going to think? And is it going to be reflective of anything that I've done or failed to do as a parent? Regardless of what parents say, they really have these agendas for their children upon birth. Oh, this is a little girl. Oh, okay, well, she's going to get married and we have grandchildren in the wedding dress, and we'll go shopping together. And so all that was done because Corey does not want to go shopping with me. Okay, so I missed that part.
Maybe for, lawn and garden tools or
lawn and garden, Lowe's. We do a lot of Lowe's stuff down there. But it's real nice with the testosterone when things are real heavy around the house. I call Corey, hey, can you come move this table for me? Can you come help me pick up the piano? So that's sort of different, and I like that. Really, the bottom line is probably the family members are the ones that are most stressed out about this, because people that know Corey, they could care less. I've told my friends, as they say, oh, well, that's different. And that's sort of their response. That's different, or wow. And they're done with it. I'm the one that's, oh my God. To know, what the testosterone would do. I was concerned about long-term physical effects, chemical, biological effects. Would this effect have anything to do with, breast cancer? I was concerned about employment opportunities without harassment on the job.
I don't know, was this the point in time, I assume, did you come out to your mother at the time, or was that?
I don't know, I came out a bunch of times, I guess. I'm not quite sure exactly.
You came out and I tried to get you to go back in. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I started seeing the process in terms of the dress and the hair a day or so after high school graduation. Corey came over to the house without any hair, just all gone, like buzzed off, and in leather. He had just gotten a new motorcycle for graduation, so he came over on the motorcycle in leather with no hair and a helmet, and I fainted dead away. And I thought it was a phase, as I think parents probably hope these things are phases.
To be kind of confronted with that, like, oh, this is a phase. And were you aware of like that was your thinking at the time? And how'd you respond to that?
Well, because I'd come out so many different times, I don't really want to call them phases. They're more transitions. You sort of get to a spot in your life, and you're faced with a series of paths, of options. I always knew that she, loved me and was supportive, regardless of, what the initial reaction might be.
This is the last bastion. Gay, lesbians, and bisexuals are protected under the federal government as a protected class. Transgendered folks aren't at this point. So that's something to propose to the next president, the incoming president. We got to get that fixed up here.
Yeah.
We need a change.
Yes.
So whoever's slogan that is, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Change.
Change, yeah. I think that's Obama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.